For the sake of everyone's time, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to our first Arbor Talks here for 2025. We've got a couple new names joining us today, so I'm really excited about that, and a couple returning ones. So thank you, everybody, for jumping on to learn more about convention this year. For those who might not know, I'm Jessica Vasher. I'm the manager at Community Engagement, and I'm going to go over a couple housekeeping things real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get started fully. For those of you that are new, we do ask that you do mute until we open up the floor for Q&A. So be sure to keep yourself muted just to avoid any background noises and make sure that this meeting goes smoothly. The other thing I'd like you to get familiar about or with is the raise hand icon. For those of you calling in, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but for those using an app, you should have a little hand that you're able to hit. That's going to let me know that you'd like to speak. So again, then when we open up that Q&A section, I will be calling individuals in the order that they put their hand up. For those of you that are calling in, we'll have some time to go ahead and ask you to unmute and see if you have any questions then. And last but not least, if you're having some struggles with maybe our voices aren't matching or there's just some bandwidth issues, go ahead and turn your camera off. That can help eliminate some of those out of sync things that occur during these webinars and just give you some more bandwidth for the meeting to continue to run smoothly. So we've had a couple join us here, but I'd like to go ahead and introduce the rock stars of our CE team here. So when I answer or when I say your name, ladies, go ahead and give a little wave so everybody can put the name with the face. So first we have Leandra Bryan, our Senior Community Engagement Specialist. And then Kristen Reed, our Community Engagement Specialist. And then also joining us today, we do have Todd Warner, President and CEO, and he'll be speaking at the end here to everybody. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get things kicked off. We're really excited for the convention this year. It is October 24th through the 26th, and it's being held at the Radisson in Kalamazoo, Michigan. We're making some changes this year to the structure and the focus of the event, and I'm going to kind of high level those here today. So first, the convention's no longer going to center around a Saturday morning business meeting. We're going to move away from the assigned seating, the delegates, the bid paddles, and the heavy emphasis that this event usually has on politics. Instead, we're going to focus on what truly matters, all of you, honoring our fraternalism through our education, fulfillment, and of course, it wouldn't be a Gleaner convention without a little bit of fun. You're still going to have the chance to meet the current board of directors, check out our silent auction, and reconnect with any friends that you might have met throughout the years. We're still going to have a State of the Society update from both key holders here at the home office, and also we're working on hopefully bringing somebody in from the industry as well. The afternoon will be packed with engaging education sessions and plenty of fun, followed by our President's Welcome, dinner, dancing, all of those things that you're normally used to for our convention. And don't worry, there'll be lots of eating. Now, you might be wondering how the vote's going to take place. So the voting's no longer going to be occurring for board of directors or constitution changes at the convention. Instead, now all of those proposals in board of directors elections, that's going to be taking place for all eligible benefit members via mailed ballot throughout the month of June. So some more information is going to be coming out about that. You can kind of expect to kind of see some of that in May, just knowing that that new voting window is now going to be June 1st through June 30th, and your ballot will be mailed during that time and will need to be returned. And just a quick note for all of the Arbor members here today, members who only have a Just for Kids or a lifetime membership and are not Arbor officers are not eligible to be voting for and will not receive a ballot in the upcoming elections from here this year. But if you are an Arbor officer and you do hold one of those certificates and you're over the age of 18, you will be receiving a ballot. And so be sure to be looking forward to that. So what you might be asking, what's the new purpose of the convention if we're not having a business meeting with a vote? So over the years, we've received a ton of feedback about how the arbors really love the opportunity to engage with other arbors outside of their core area and hear about all the incredible projects that they're working on. So this year, we're excited to provide more opportunities to build those relationships with like-minded individuals from other areas, as well as gather ideas for 2026, celebrate the great things that you all are doing on behalf of the society, and so much more. Our goal is that everyone's going to leave the weekend inspired and ready to share your ideas and knowledge that you've gained from the weekend. So just a quick rundown again on what the weekend's going to look like. The structure is going to remain the same for the most part, with just a few minor enhancements. We're going to have a new Arbor-focused opportunities. We're really going to push that. We want to make sure that you're leaving with information on how to move your arbor forward, as well as gaining those ideas from other arbors and how you can maybe make some new events for 2026. We're also going to be leaving our mark again, as always, on the local community. So we'll have those charity totes that arbors love filling and bringing to the event, as well as the silent auction with a beneficiary locally, with all of the money raised going to them. We'll be sending out information soon regarding the Arbor representatives and how the Arbor can move forward with nominating those individuals and getting them signed up. So look forward to that here in April. All the established arbors, and we have every arbor that is currently established is going to be receiving up to 3 representatives. So you'll need to vote on those individuals and make sure that you put them on the proper paperwork and send them to us. But be sure to nominate individuals who are going to be good stewards for the arbor, because like I said, we're hoping to really share a lot of information and tips and tricks, and we really want to make sure that those individuals are coming back to the arbor excited and sharing that information to help you guys move forward. Lastly, we're going to be also sending out a survey because we want to know what you want to learn from us. And so look forward to seeing that survey here in the next couple of weeks. We want you to answer it with, we'll give you some guidance, but we want to know, like, do you need more help with social media? Do you need help growing, which I think is always something that we're trying to strive to encourage and make sure that we're educating on. Whatever you want to see from the community engagement department, we want to make sure that that's occurring. And I think that's it. The team, the 3 of us and Todd are really excited about what this convention is going to look like. You know, bear with us as we kind of navigate this new format, but we are excited and we're happily planning. We're looking forward to all the great opportunities that we can present to you and looking forward to really coming alongside you and building a partnership on making sure that this event reaches all of the needs that you might have, as well as also building relationships and those connections with like-minded individuals. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Leandra. She's going to talk about one of the traditions that we are really excited to keep moving forward, and we've been honoring it for 40 years. So Leandra, go ahead.
Thank you, Jessica. We are delighted to continue the tradition once again this year for the Fraternalist of the Year Award. The Fraternalist of the Year Award honors members who demonstrate exceptional commitment to charitable work within their communities and within your arbor. This prestigious award celebrates the value of fraternalism and highlights individuals who have made a lasting impact through their service and dedication. The nomination window is currently open and applications have been sent out to secretaries. If your arbor is in need of another one, please let me know. The nomination form is due back to the home office by May 15th. The 2025 application does have a new look, and the questions have been updated a little bit from previous years. Our goal with the updated nomination form is for all arbors to take an opportunity to nominate an outstanding member. And remember, there is no age requirement for members to be nominated. Also, new for 2025, the Community Engagement Department, after the selection has been made for the Fraternalist of the Year, is going to select one of the arbors that has nominated someone to receive a $500 donation to the organization of their choice. This is in addition to the $1,000 donation that the Fraternalist of the Year will get to make to their winning organization. So kind of an extra way for arbors to have the opportunity to make an impact in your community, and also not notifying and selecting that outstanding Arbor member. So, like Jessica said, we're excited to have the program back again this year and continuing with those traditions. So at this time, I would like to turn it over to President and CEO Todd Warner, who will provide updates on the latest developments within the society. Todd, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Leandra, and thank you, Jessica and Kristen as well. You guys are doing a great job. And most of all, thank everybody who joined today and all of our Arbor members. You are the hands and heart of the society and the fraternal work that you do in your communities. And we wouldn't be who we are without you. So we appreciate everything that you do. Wanted to talk about, and Jessica's already talked about some of the constitutional changes in the voting that will take place. We're well underway with that process. We have secured an independent third party to be the vetting organization for the candidates. So that has been sort of removed from the board. We will not be appointing a nominating committee like we would have in the past. This firm is an HR professional firm. The owner of the firm is actually the president of the state. It's called SHRM. It's an HR professional organization. So they're very well qualified. They've done this for other organizations. We don't have any other pre-existing relationships with them. We actually just, after the vote was confirmed, started looking for organizations that could fill this role for us. We just signed an agreement with them yesterday, so we're happy to move forward with that. Also excited about some of the new things that we're looking at from an Arbor perspective this year. The Youth Agriculture program, actually it's YAS, Youth Agriculture Support, the YAS program. In past years, typically board members went to county fairs and would bid on, I did it myself when I was on the board, I would usually wait and bid on things that other people weren't bidding on, chickens and ducks and geese. But we want to kind of expand that. So it's not just where board members happen to live in a local county that has a fair. So I think that's a really exciting program that Jessica and Kristen and Leandra are moving forward with. Additionally, we're looking at a pilot program here locally with Siena Heights University, trying to do a couple things. It wouldn't be its own arbor. It would be kind of an extension of one of our Adrian arbors, either the Adrian Arbor or the Legacy Arbor. We haven't decided which one to approach yet. But it would be a way to involve young students at local colleges or large colleges, for that matter, who then would be given an opportunity for Give and Grow grants, and also help to assist as arms and legs and feet and hands for doing arbor projects. We know that our younger generation is excited and very interested in serving in their communities, but they're not so interested in attending monthly meetings. So we want to kind of pilot this locally, and then see if we can't roll that out on a larger scale over the next year or two. And we'll see how that goes, and we'll keep you all updated on that. I think Jessica has covered very well everything that's going to change for the convention. We're excited about it. Friday is going to kind of be Fraternal Friday. So after our buffet meal, there will be all things fraternal, recognizing our arbors, recognizing the National Arbor Council, photo opportunities, and we're going to play some games along the way there too that evening. So we are certainly changing the focus of the convention to celebrate our mission, to celebrate you and what you do in your communities. And we're real excited about this next convention. I think it's going to be a very fun time. Some things will change, some things will remain the same. And as always, we're looking for feedback. after the convention on what we did well and where we could improve. So we always want to open the floor for that at the same time. Things have been going well. We, as of yesterday, we hired a new national sales director, a gentleman named Matt Taylor. Will be joining us. Matt has over 21 years of experience in the life industry. He comes with a lot of life insurance background. He also comes with a good degree of fraternal background too. So he interviewed very well with our executive team. We used an executive recruiting firm to source candidates for us. Our executive team then did comprehensive interviews. And then we did something a little bit different. Instead of the executive team making the decision, we also have an agents council. And there's 6 members on that agents council, all independent agents. And we use them to get ideas, to give us feedback, to talk about product development. And we out of the 5 total candidates that we started with, we whittled it down to 2 and then handed it over to the Agents Council to interview each person. And the Agents Council actually made the final determination on who the next national sales director was going to be. So we would have been happy with either candidate. They were both well qualified. Matt Taylor scored the highest with the Agents Council, and he also scored the highest with the executive team interview. So it's nice to know that we have some congruence there in our opinions. We expect that Matt will start sometime in mid-April. So that's exciting news. We've been without a national sales director for almost a year. So we're excited to move forward with Matt. And I'm sure he'll be at the convention and you'll get an opportunity to meet him as well. And that is about most of the updates that I have for everybody. I don't know if you're going to open it up now for Q&A, but I'm certainly available for any questions as well.
I got one more little housekeeping thing. First, let everybody know that this will go on YouTube. I know I probably talked a little fast, and maybe you want to really hone in on some of the stuff that I explained. So just look forward to getting a YouTube link here in the future. And then I'm going to go ahead and have Kristen give us a quick Family Day update.
Yeah, so our next Family Day that we have coming up is Cedar Point. That is scheduled for June 28th. So for $45, your ticket will include admission to the amusement park and water park, free parking and all-day dining throughout the park. Cedar Point's home to a world record of 72 rides, including 18 roller coasters. And they actually have a new coaster opening this year called Siren's Curse. And it's set to be the tallest, fastest, and longest tilt coaster in North America. So that's pretty exciting. Registration is open now, but registration will close May 27th. So we just wanted to remind everybody of our next Family Day.
Thank you, Kristen. And that's it. We're going to go ahead and open up the floor. Just remember, if you're on a PC, use that hand signal. I see Stacy's already jumped on and found it out. And then if anybody is wanting to unmute on the phone, we'll go ahead and do that kind of when there's a little bit of a lull, or I'll ask for that at that time. So Stacy, go ahead and unmute and ask your question.
Yes, I have a couple questions. Now, in the past, when we've had those, you guys always allowed 3 delegates and the first timers. Are they still doing that this time around?
So they're no longer called delegates, but you will have representatives, and the society will cover up to 3 representatives per arbor. Will cover the cost just like we normally did for the delegates. We haven't had first timers for a couple of years, and I don't foresee us adding those individuals back in for this year. Okay. So that's where we're at as far as that goes. Did you have any others?
The other question is for the Cedar Point tickets. Is that $45 per ticket, or is that per family?
That's per ticket, but that does include 2 admissions, parking, and your all-day dining, where you can eat your way through the park every 90 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys.
No problem. Ivelisse, go ahead and unmute and ask your question.
Hi, guys. Can you send the YouTube link?
Yes, the YouTube link will come after I do my editing magic and get it uploaded, probably sometime next
people
week.
are going to get paid to go in the Arbor. That's usually me and Mike.
Daisy, you're not muted. Could you go ahead and mute? Thank you. So the YouTube link will come probably sometime next week if I can get my editing skills knocked out this week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, David, you've got your hand up. Go ahead and ask your question. Oh, you're muted, David.
Can you hear me now, Jessica?
Sure can.
All righty, great. My question is, what's the role of the Supreme Arbor in the new organization? Is it going to be just mainly ceremonial or dissolved, or what's the deal?
Yeah, oh, go ahead, Todd.
Yep, I can go ahead with that one, David. It will be renamed the National Arbor Council. Historically, the Supreme Arbor, the Chief Supreme Gleaner would sort of open the meeting, give some opening remarks. There was not a lot of authority that the Supreme Arbor had. I think as we move forward with the National Arbor Council, that we will begin to want to include them in some of our convention planning and get their feedback and input, because we do want to make this primarily about fraternalism and celebrating fraternalism. So I think we do have a role for the National Arbor Council going forward that's probably more of an expanded role than what they would have had in the past, David. So we'll be looking for their insights. This year is a little bit different because things have been changing relatively quickly. But as we move forward, I would expect that National Arbor Council would help to give us some guidance, like we have the Agents Council gives us guidance on the independent agent side.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and just one more little tidbit about that. So we used to call for nominations from the floor. That will no longer be happening. The thought is the individual that is nominated and wins the Fraternalist of the Year will move into that guard role of the National Council. So not only will we have a great group of individuals, but we'll have a lot of like-minded individuals who do really great things and have that expertise that maybe we might want to call on as well outside of a convention, just normally with the Samaritan program or fraternalism in general. So that's the goal now. So whoever wins, we'll just move through the chairs and we'll just add all of those great individuals for the Fraternalists of the Year into that council.
And also, real quick, to piggyback off of Jessica's comment with that, I will be reaching out to the National Arbor Council as well to help me with judging the Fraternalist of the Year award. Because especially as we move forward with them taking over the additional chairs, they are the ones that, you guys know about Gleaner, you know what it means to be in that role. And so it'll be beneficial to have you as voting members to select the new winners. So.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else have any questions?
I would like to say I'm not normally working from home, but I am home today. I had a little mishap with our 40-pound puppy yesterday, and I stretched some ligaments in my foot. I went to the doctor this morning and got x-rays. It's not broken, but they told me I had to come home and keep elevated and iced on it all day. So normally, typically, every day I'm in the office. You caught me today from my couch in my living room, but that won't be for long.
Mabel, she's so keeping everybody on their toes.
She's a klutz, and I guess maybe I'm a klutz too. So you put two klutzes together, and this is what happens.
Aww. Well, if anybody that called in has any questions, feel free to go ahead and unmute and ask your question if you have any. Well, I guess as you move forward, if you find you have questions that maybe we haven't quite yet answered, or after we've sent information, if you still need clarification, please always reach out to us in all regards, whether it's, convention and how that's changing and how it's staying the same, or in the Samaritan program. We always want to hear feedback. We want to hear what you're thinking. If something's not clear to you, it might not be clear to somebody else. So we would encourage you to speak up and let us know anything that we might need to be aware of or any questions you might have. So with that, I must have talked really fast. We are going to give you guys 5 minutes back of your time. And again, if you have any questions, let us know. Hope to see you at some of the family days here that are remaining for the summer and the winter. And take care.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time today.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Bye.